Hey, Pookie. Spirit said they have a message for you. This was profound. Spirit said this relationship between this divine masculine and divine feminine, you will know who you are. This divine counterpart union, it was always unbreakable. Yeah. They said it was always going to be unbreakable. Now it's so funny because they're giving me an example. So this morning I was in the bathroom. I was getting ready for work and I dropped my phone, right? And I have an iPhone 13. So anybody that has an iPhone, you know those suckers are sturdy, okay? They're very durable. And so it fell on the floor and I checked it out, make sure it didn't have any cracks. Everything looked good. And I was like, man, I'm so glad that I have such a durable phone. Spirit said, I heard your relationship is built for tough. It's a classic, meaning that it's not like any other old relationship out here. They said it's an antique. I just got chills. It's very special. It's very delicate, but yet still very tough and durable. Okay? I'm seeing like fine china. I'm seeing porcelain as well. So once again, it's very special. It's very delicate, but yet it's very firm. Spirit said you both had to endure a lot in order to come into union. But they said the reason that you had to go through all of that, it was divine intervention, because both of you came into the relationship broken. So they had to prove to you that this relationship right here would be unbreakable. No matter how many times you both tried to run away, you ended right back up at point A. Okay? Because it's unbreakable, right? It's giving you was playing yourself all along. But it's okay, right? It all happened exactly the way it was meant to happen, because there were lessons that you guys were meant to learn along the way that you needed to learn by yourself. You had to be able to let go of that codependency. You had to learn how to love yourself, how to depend on yourself, how to trust yourself again. Okay? Because you stopped trusting yourself along the way. Based on decisions that you made in the past, you was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't trust my own judgment. But Spirit said you can trust your judgment now because you've done the healing, you've done the work. You can see the red flags, even in yourself. Because it was never necessarily about you just seeing the red flags in other people. It was about you seeing the red flags in yourself, which attracted those people. Because we're all mirrors, right? So you attract certain people into your life in order to learn lessons. But Spirit said you've learned. You've learned the lessons. Trust that. Okay? Because you've both been in situations and relationships where it was very easily broken. Okay? And so you both came in the relationship, you were very apprehensive. You initially thought, this is going to be another one of those relationships that I pour into only for it to disappoint me, only for it to break apart, only for us to break up. You've experienced so much brokenness around you, broken relationships, broken friendships, broken homes, I'm hearing. It makes me emotional. So it's no wonder you were broken. It's nothing for you to feel ashamed about. Spirit said there's no reason for you to feel guilty or ashamed of that. Because even though you might have felt as though you were broken, you were still so tough, so strong, is what they're saying. You were never a lost cause. Some people are so broken that they can never put themselves back together. But even though your soul was once fragmented, you found a way to reunite. I'm hearing every parcel of your soul. It's like you put the pieces back together. You put the puzzle back together. The puzzle of yourself, by figuring out yourself, by going within, by loving yourself. You call back your soul remnants. You call back your power. You call back your energy. Not only from this lifetime, but from others, because those other lifetimes were actually affecting you as well. That brokenness wasn't only based on what you endured within this lifetime. Understand that. It rolled over from many other lifetimes, as well as from generational ancestral trauma. And yet you're still here. Yet you're still willing to try again. Now I'm hearing Aaliyah. Yeah. She said you're still willing to brush yourself off. That's admirable. I'm feeling this admiration from the other side now, as though they're just watching us. Aaliyah is there. I'm seeing Tupac. I'm seeing Nipsey. I'm seeing Kobe. I'm seeing all of them. That's interesting. I'm seeing Nate Dogg. I'm also seeing some ancestors. I don't recognize them, so these could be some of your ancestors. Okay, but it's like they're huddled around. They're watching you. They're watching all of this like a movie. So much love, so much support from the other side. Many of us have thought that we were alone. We were never alone. I'm literally getting chills. I can't explain the feeling that I feel. It's like emotions, it's love, it's like a reunion. Like when you see a cousin or a family member, a mother or father you ain't seen in a long time, okay? Maybe you went away on college, or you just moved away, and so you haven't seen them in a long time, and then y'all reunite after years. It's like that feeling of like, you'll always be my baby. I'm hearing grandmother, grandfather, sister, brother, mother, father, cousins, friends, all on the other side. Aunts, uncles, okay? They're all here with us. And they said you have nothing to be afraid of. You can always call on them. Okay? Even when you're crying alone, they're there. They're with you. Okay? They are listening, so don't think that you're crazy or you're just talking to yourself. They're actually there. They're comforting you. But they said you have to let them in. You have to realize that they are there, because it's going to make the connection stronger. But back to the channel, because I'm just feeling so much warmth and love. But once again, Spirit said that they had to allow for everything to fall apart. They had to allow the separation so that you both could prove to yourself that this was going to be different than all the others. Okay? So there could have been a lot of doubt, a lot of apprehension. I'm hearing unwillingness to trust. So you might have had a hard time trusting. And so you guys separating and then coming back together after all that is really proving to both of you, I'm hearing also to your inner child, that it's safe. That it's safe. I'm hearing they're not going to go away. They're not going to leave me like all the others. I got emotional. So your inner child is very significant. So this brokenness, it could have started as a child. You could have experienced a lot of broken relationships, a lot of rejection and abandonment as a child. And so you begin to feel as though everyone leaves, everyone leaves, everyone leaves. Okay? And because you experienced so much separation, you formed separation anxiety. You start to feel like, what's the point? They're just going to leave. I'm hearing, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to go through that. This is somebody's ancestor. They're very emotional. It's like I feel like tears welling up. I am hearing dad. Maybe you couldn't express your emotions. They're sorry that they taught you to be that way, to feel as though you couldn't express your emotions, to feel as though you couldn't be vulnerable. I'm hearing they're sorry they couldn't be there for you the way that you needed them to be. They love you. They are helping you from the other side, okay? So understand, you guys, you're not doing this alone. This healing that you're doing is also healing for them. They're watching, they're observing. You're healing their souls. Just because we leave these bodies doesn't mean that's the end. Our soul continues on. And so understand that there are souls that can learn from the other side. You don't necessarily have to be in it in order to learn from it. Okay? So what you're doing is even bigger than you realize. You healing. You doing something that many deemed as impossible. I'm hearing there were many races and species, they thought that humans were a lost cause. So by you stepping out, you're the exception. You're proving that it is possible for evolution. I'm hearing you're sparking hope throughout the universe. They've been waiting for this, for Earth, for humans to get on board is what I'm hearing. That's funny because I'm seeing a spaceship. They've been waiting for us to get on board, to get with the program. And it's happening because of you. And it's happening because of the person that I'm looking at. These turn of events. It's so beautiful because you're so humble is what they're saying, but you're such a big deal. You're such a big deal. But it's not your fault because once again, you were conditioned to believe that I don't matter, that, you know, my existence here is not really that important. All of these things. You might have felt invisible most of your life. But you were never invisible. You're such a big deal. I'm hearing Jesus, okay? So you are a chosen one, right? You might have grown up having a normal life. So many people overlooked you. They underestimated you. I'm hearing the underdog. So you were the underdog in many situations, in many groups, in your family. You were the black sheep, right? So you didn't think that you mattered. I'm hearing little Bo Peep. That's so funny. So yeah, you were definitely a black sheep, okay? But Spirit said, you're not bad. You matter. You are loved unconditionally. And they said to love yourself unconditionally because that's what's going to attract more unconditional love to you. 7:04 on the clock right now. Okay. And they're doing some quick math, so that's 11. So you could be seeing ones, okay? Or that would also equate to 2. So you could also be seeing 2s, okay? 7s and 4s as well. I know I literally saw 444 earlier today. So, yeah. I'm also hearing 333. So you've been seeing that one. 313. It's just so funny when they start throwing these numbers at me. I'll put them in the beginning, because I start feeling like one of those lottery people. I'm just reading numbers off. But yeah, 414, 404, 444, definitely significant. I'm looking at this picture in the house. It literally has 5. So yeah, it's a bunch of 5s. So 555, okay? So once again, Spirit just wants you to know your relationship is unbreakable. This divine union is unbreakable. I want you to start telling yourself that. No matter what's happening right now in your current circumstances, even if you guys are in the midst of what appears to be a separation, they want you to let this sink in. It is unbreakable. I'm hearing that Alicia Keys song. It is unbreakable. It is unbreakable. Okay? They're not going to leave. Because this is a soul connection, you're always going to be drawn back to one another. There's divine intervention at play. They're always going to draw you two back together, even if it's constantly putting thoughts of each other in your mind. Even if it's seeing signs and synchronicities of the person everywhere you go. They're going to make sure that you're always magnetized back to one another, because this is destined, this is fated. I'm hearing concrete. It is solid. So you can trust it. You can relax into it. You can feel safe. No matter what is happening, they really need you to let that sink in. It is unbreakable. You were never meant to be in this energy of healing forever. Now, Spirit said you're going to still be healing, but this is going to be a different type of healing. It's giving you've now graduated, okay? And this next grade of healing is going to feel good. It's not going to be the type of healing that you have to do based on being hurt, okay? This healing is going to feel good. This healing is you learning how to accept love again. This healing is you learning how to feel good again. This healing is you learning what it feels like to be loved, to have the love that you give to the world reciprocated to you, that loves as deeply as you do. Because if you're anything like me, I used to feel like there was nobody else in the world like me. Because I would give in all these relationships, I would pour and pour, and I would never have that same love and treatment reciprocated. So there was a time where I started to give up. I felt like there's nobody else like me. It was in friendships, when it came to family, right? I would give the shirt off my back. I would give my last dime. But when it came to me, everybody turned their back on me. So there was points where I almost gave up. I felt like there's nobody else in the world like me. And that could be a very lonely feeling, right? Because you felt like nobody ever measured up. But Spirit said, you found your match. Yeah. This person does measure up. They're just like you. They're a mirror of you in the best way. So the more that you see the beauty in yourself, the more you'll see the beauty in them. The more that you see and recognize the safety within yourself, the more that you'll see the safety within them, understanding that they're a reflection of you. Your outside world is a reflection of your inner world. So if you've been doing the work, if you've been doing the healing, then baby, of course, You're going to attract somebody who matches that energy. That's the way it works. Okay? Because had they not measured up, Spirit would have removed them from your life permanently. So you can trust this, because it is unbreakable. You have an unbreakable bond, physically, spiritually, telepathically. You're not going nowhere. That's what it's giving. I'm hearing, so why even try? Stop fighting it. Okay? Let go of the resistance and just surrender. I know it's a very vulnerable place to be, but it's safe. Okay? It's safe. Peace and love.